The Cosmic Mirror, Unlocking the Universe Within. Introduction. Reflecting the Infinite. Imagine standing before a vast, crystal-clear mirror that stretches infinitely in all directions, reflecting a star-filled sky. The brilliance of the heavens above is captured perfectly, every constellation gleaming in its full splendor. Yet, as you gaze deeper into the mirror, you realize something extraordinary. It reflects not only the cosmos but the entirety of your inner self. Your thoughts, emotions, and hidden truths shimmer alongside the stars, reminding you that the universe and the self are one, mirroring each other in an eternal dance. This is the cosmic mirror, a profound symbol of interconnectedness and self-discovery. It reflects back to you the patterns of your mind, the desires of your heart, and the essence of your spirit. The outer world you experience is not separate from you. It is a canvas painted by your beliefs, intentions, and energy. By understanding the mirror, you unlock the key to transformation, seeing clearly how the universe acts as both a reflection and a guide to your inner journey. This book is your map to navigating the cosmic mirror. Each chapter will explore a different facet of reflection, illusion, and transformation, guiding you toward alignment with your highest self. Through symbolic storytelling, esoteric insights, and practical wisdom, you will uncover the infinite potential within and learn to harmonize with the universal rhythms that shape your life. The mirror awaits your gaze, offering clarity, wisdom, and transformation. Are you ready to peer into its depths and unlock the universe within? The journey begins with a single reflection. What will you see? Before we start, if you're here to grow and tap into something deeper, like and subscribe. Your support helps us awaken other minds and continue sharing these insights with those seeking transformation. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Chapter 1. The Universe as a Mirror. Imagine a still pond nestled in the heart of a quiet forest. Its surface is so calm that it perfectly mirrors the vast sky above. The blue expanse, dotted with drifting clouds and radiant sunlight, seems to reside within the pond itself. But with the slightest breeze, the reflection wavers. Ripples distort the image, reminding you that the pond does not create the sky. It simply reflects what is there. The universe functions in much the same way. It mirrors your inner state, casting reflections of your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions into the outer world. Your experiences, relationships, and surroundings are not separate entities but extensions of your inner consciousness, like the sky mirrored in the pond. When your mind is clear and harmonious, the universe reflects clarity and alignment. When your thoughts are turbulent, the reflection becomes distorted, creating patterns of confusion or discord. This chapter invites you to see the world not as a collection of external circumstances but as a mirror reflecting your inner reality. How do your emotions and beliefs shape the reality you perceive? What messages is the universe reflecting back to you through your daily experiences? The still pond holds the key. Are you ready to look into its depths and see the sky within? The idea that the universe reflects your inner reality is a principle found in spiritual traditions and esoteric philosophies across the world. This principle invites a radical shift in perspective. The understanding that your outer world is not separate from your inner state but deeply connected to it. Like the still pond that mirrors the sky, the universe reflects your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, offering clues about the patterns you carry within. Begin by examining the experiences that shape your daily life. When you encounter challenges, do you view them as random events or as reflections of something deeper? For example, persistent difficulties in relationships might mirror unresolved emotional wounds, just as consistent opportunities could reflect an alignment with self-confidence and clarity. What is happening within you that the universe is reflecting outwardly? The mechanism of reflection operates through energy and resonance. Every thought and emotion carries a vibrational frequency, and the universe, like a mirror, responds to this vibration. Joy, gratitude, and love radiate higher frequencies, attracting experiences that amplify those feelings. Fear, doubt, and anger, on the other hand, emit lower frequencies, drawing challenges that mirror those states. This is not a mechanism of punishment or reward but a neutral process of resonance. What frequencies are you broadcasting, and how are they shaping the world you see? This concept becomes clearer when you think about your relationships. The people who surround you often act as mirrors, reflecting back the qualities you admire or the traits you struggle with in yourself. A friend's kindness might mirror your capacity for compassion, while a colleague's impatience could highlight areas where you need to cultivate tolerance. These reflections offer invaluable opportunities for self-awareness. What qualities do the people in your life reflect back to you, and how can you use these insights to grow? The principle of reflection extends beyond individual relationships to the broader circumstances of your life. Financial struggles might reflect limiting beliefs about worthiness or abundance, while a fulfilling career could mirror your alignment with purpose. The key is not to judge these reflections as good or bad, but to view them as feedback. Like adjusting your posture when you see yourself slouching in a mirror, you can shift your inner patterns to create a more harmonious reflection. How might your current circumstances be guiding you to make such adjustments? Reflection is also a tool for understanding the interconnectedness of life. The external world acts as a teacher, presenting situations that help you learn, evolve, and align more closely with your higher self. A setback might reflect the need for patience or resilience, while an unexpected blessing could be a reminder to trust in the flow of abundance. How often do you pause to consider what your experiences are teaching you about yourself? Practices such as mindfulness and journaling can deepen your understanding of the mirror principle. Mindfulness allows you to observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment, helping you identify the patterns you project into the universe. Journaling creates a space to explore these reflections more deeply, revealing recurring themes and insights. What patterns do you notice in your experiences, and how might they reflect your inner state? Visualization is another powerful tool for aligning your inner world with the reality you wish to create. Imagine the still pond, its surface calm and clear. Picture your intentions, emotions, and beliefs reflected in its depths. What do you see? If the reflection is distorted or cloudy, consider what inner adjustments might bring clarity. How can you align your thoughts and feelings with the reality you want to manifest? The idea of the universe as a mirror is not about blaming yourself for difficulties or taking sole credit for successes. It is about recognizing your role as a co-creator of your experiences. By understanding the reflections around you, you gain the power to make conscious changes that align with your highest intentions. How might adopting this perspective empower you to take greater responsibility for your life? The still pond teaches us that clarity within creates clarity without. When you cultivate harmony, gratitude, and self-awareness, the universe reflects those qualities back to you in the form of supportive relationships, meaningful opportunities, and personal fulfillment. Conversely, moments of turmoil or challenge invite you to look inward and realign. What does the mirror of the universe reveal about your current state, and what inner shifts might bring greater harmony to your reflection? Life, like the pond, holds a mirror to your soul. The reflections it offers are not fixed but ever-changing, responding to the energy you bring to the moment. How will you use this mirror to deepen your understanding of yourself and transform your reality? The sky is reflected in the pond, but the gaze is yours. What will you choose to see? As you picture the still pond, consider its unwavering clarity when undisturbed. What does your current reflection reveal about your inner world? Are there ripples of doubt or waves of frustration disrupting the image, or do you see the calm of harmony and alignment? The universe is your mirror, and the reflections it offers are your guide. Imagine gazing into this mirror with curiosity rather than judgment. Each ripple, every distortion, is an invitation to explore and adjust the patterns within. What beliefs or emotions are shaping the reality you see? How might you create a clearer, more harmonious reflection by shifting your inner state? The stillness of the pond is not a distant ideal but a practice, a process of cultivating awareness and alignment. As you move forward, how can you use the reflections of the universe to deepen your understanding and refine your inner world? The pond awaits, still and serene. What will you see when you choose to look within? Chapter 2. The Shattered Mirror, Healing Fragmentation. Imagine standing before a mirror that has been shattered, its shards scattered across the floor. Each fragment reflects a piece of the world, yet none offers the full image. As you peer into the broken pieces, you see glimpses of yourself, distorted, fragmented, incomplete. This shattered mirror symbolizes the inner self when unresolved emotions, traumas, or limiting beliefs create a fractured sense of wholeness. Life has a way of cracking the mirrors we hold within. Painful experiences, unmet expectations, and unhealed wounds leave their marks, breaking the once seamless reflection into fragments. Yet, within the brokenness lies an opportunity for healing and transformation. Each shard holds a piece of the truth, waiting to be reclaimed and reassembled into a fuller, more radiant reflection. This chapter explores the process of recognizing and healing the fragmented parts of your inner self. How can you gather the scattered pieces, embrace the lessons they hold, and restore the mirror to its wholeness? The broken shards are not the end of the story, they are the beginning of a deeper integration. Will you pick them up and begin to rebuild? The shattered mirror is a poignant metaphor for the human experience of fragmentation. Over the course of life, we encounter challenges and pain that leave marks on our inner world. These experiences often fracture our sense of self, scattering parts of us into shadowed corners. However, the process of healing is not about erasing the cracks but about gathering the pieces and integrating them into a mosaic of wholeness. Fragmentation often begins with unresolved emotions or unacknowledged pain. When we experience trauma, loss, or rejection, parts of us retreat to protect the whole. These hidden pieces may manifest as recurring fears, limiting beliefs, or behaviors we cannot fully explain. Much like the shards of a broken mirror, they reflect isolated aspects of our inner world, disconnected from the greater picture. What parts of yourself feel scattered, and how might they be calling for your attention? Recognizing fragmentation requires self-awareness and courage. It is not easy to look at the pieces of the self that feel broken or incomplete. Yet, each shard holds a piece of your truth. Shadow work, the practice of exploring the hidden or suppressed parts of yourself, can reveal these fragments and their origins. For instance, a fear of vulnerability might stem from past rejection, while perfectionism could reflect a deep-seated need for approval. What fragments of your inner mirror feel hidden or forgotten, and what stories do they carry? Healing fragmentation begins with acceptance. Just as you would handle the shards of a broken mirror with care, approach these pieces of yourself with gentleness and compassion. Avoid the temptation to judge or discard them. Instead, see them as parts of your journey, waiting to be integrated. Forgiveness is a powerful tool in this process, whether directed toward yourself or others. Forgiveness does not condone harm but releases the hold that pain has on your spirit, allowing the fragments to return home. What would it mean for you to accept and forgive the parts of yourself or your past that feel broken? As you begin to gather these pieces, the work of integration requires patience and intention. Practices such as journaling, meditation, or therapy can help you explore the connections between the fragments. In meditation, visualize the shattered mirror before you. See yourself picking up each shard, observing its reflection, and placing it gently back into the frame. Over time, the mirror begins to take shape, its cracks no longer a sign of brokenness but of resilience. How can you create a space for reflection and integration in your life? Reassembling the mirror also involves aligning with your inner truth. Often, fragmentation occurs because we try to live in ways that conflict with our authentic selves. By reconnecting with your values, desires, and purpose, you align the pieces of your mirror to reflect a clearer image. What aspects of your life feel out of alignment with your truth, and how might you begin to realign them? Healing is not about returning to a pristine, unbroken state but about creating wholeness in a new and more profound way. Consider the Japanese art of kintsugi, where broken pottery is repaired with gold, highlighting its cracks rather than hiding them. The repaired object becomes more beautiful and valuable for having been broken. In the same way, your journey of healing adds depth and radiance to your reflection. How might your scars and cracks become part of your unique beauty? As you reassemble the mirror, you may find new patterns emerging, strengths uncovered, lessons learned, and connections deepened. These patterns are not accidental. They reflect the integration of your experiences into a fuller, more authentic self. What strengths have you gained from your challenges, and how can you use them to enrich your life and relationships? Finally, healing is a journey, not a destination. The mirror may never be perfect, but it can reflect a truer and more compassionate version of yourself. Each step toward integration brings clarity, resilience, and peace. How can you honor the ongoing nature of this process, trusting that every piece you gather contributes to your growth? The shattered mirror is not a symbol of defeat but of transformation. By gathering its pieces, embracing its cracks, and reassembling it with intention, you create a reflection that is uniquely your own. What steps will you take today to begin this process of healing and integration? The shards await your touch. How will you bring them together to restore your light? As you stand before the shattered mirror, take a moment to reflect on the journey of gathering its pieces. What fragments of your inner self have you uncovered, and what truths do they hold? How has the process of exploring these shards revealed hidden strengths or lessons within you? Picture the mirror reassembled, its cracks illuminated with light, each one a testament to your resilience and transformation. What does this restored reflection reveal about who you are becoming? How can you embrace the imperfections in your journey, seeing them not as flaws but as the golden threads that weave your unique story? The mirror now reflects more than your image. It reflects your wholeness, your courage, and your capacity to heal. How will you continue to honor this process of integration, ensuring that each shard finds its place in the mosaic of your soul? The pieces are together again, and the light is shining. What will you see when you step closer to your reflection? Chapter 3. The Polished Mirror, Clarity Through Awareness. Imagine an old mirror, its surface dulled by years of neglect. Dust and tarnish obscure its reflection, hiding its true brilliance. As you take a cloth and begin to polish the glass, the layers of grime slowly dissolve, revealing a surface so clear and luminous that it feels as though it has come alive. What once seemed murky now reflects light and clarity. This mirror symbolizes the mind. Its ability to reflect the world accurately depends on its clarity. When the mind is clouded by distractions, negative habits, or unresolved thoughts, it distorts the way you perceive yourself and the world. Polishing this mirror requires awareness, a deliberate effort to clear away what obscures the truth. In this chapter, we will explore the role of self-awareness in cultivating clarity and alignment. How can you recognize and remove the tarnish that clouds your perception? What practices will help you refine your inner mirror, allowing it to reflect your highest self? The polishing cloth is in your hands. Are you ready to reveal the brilliance that lies beneath? The mind, like the tarnished mirror, naturally accumulates layers of distraction, assumption, and mental clutter over time. These layers cloud your ability to see yourself and the world with clarity, distorting your understanding of reality. Polishing this inner mirror is an act of self-awareness, a commitment to dissolving these layers and revealing the truth beneath. Awareness begins with observation. Just as you might examine a tarnished mirror to identify where the grime lies thickest, you must observe your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors to understand what clouds your perception. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation or quiet reflection, allow you to witness these patterns without judgment. What thoughts or habits occupy your mind the most, and how might they influence the way you view yourself and your experiences? Distractions are among the most common sources of tarnish on the inner mirror. In a world filled with constant stimuli, social media, endless to-do lists, and external expectations, your attention is often pulled away from the present moment. These distractions scatter your focus, creating ripples of confusion in your mind. Polishing the mirror means reclaiming your attention and redirecting it toward what truly matters. How might you create moments of stillness in your day to bring greater clarity to your thoughts? Negative thought patterns also contribute to the tarnish on the mirror. Self-doubt, fear, or judgment act like smudges that distort your reflection. These patterns often arise from past experiences or limiting beliefs, which can feel automatic and difficult to change. Awareness invites you to challenge these thoughts, asking, "Is this true?" or "Does this serve me?" Over time, replacing negative thoughts with affirming and empowering ones clears the surface of the mirror. What recurring thoughts might you begin to question, and how could shifting them change your perception? The process of polishing the mirror also requires addressing mental and emotional clutter. Unresolved emotions, unfinished tasks, and unspoken truths linger in the background of your mind, draining energy and distorting clarity. Journaling, therapy, or simply naming and acknowledging these feelings can help you release them. Imagine wiping away each streak of emotional residue. How might this bring greater lightness and clarity to your reflection? Habits play a significant role in shaping the clarity of your inner mirror. Repetitive actions, whether positive or negative, create grooves in your consciousness, influencing how you perceive and respond to the world. Habits like procrastination, avoidance, or perfectionism can obscure your view, while practices like gratitude, intentional action, and self-care polish the mirror, restoring its brilliance. What habits might you shift to align more closely with clarity and self-awareness? Polishing the mirror is also about cultivating focus. Just as a dusty mirror scatters light, a distracted mind dilutes your energy and intention. Practices such as single tasking, deep breathing, or dedicating time to meaningful pursuits concentrate your focus, sharpening your perception. Like aligning the rays of the sun with a magnifying glass, focus brings clarity and power to your thoughts and actions. How can you refine your focus to bring more clarity into your life? Clarity through awareness also requires a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths. The tarnish on the mirror often reflects parts of yourself or your life that you would rather avoid. Yet, By facing these truths with compassion, you begin to polish the surface, revealing the light beneath. What truths have you been avoiding, and how might acknowledging them create greater alignment and clarity? Gratitude is another powerful tool for polishing the mirror. When you focus on what is already positive and abundant in your life, you shift your perspective from lack to sufficiency. Gratitude acts as a light that illuminates the surface of the mirror, revealing a clearer and more accurate reflection of your world. How might a daily gratitude practice bring greater clarity and joy to your inner and outer experiences? Finally, polishing the mirror is not a one-time act but an ongoing practice. The tarnish of distractions, negativity, and misalignment will naturally accumulate over time, just as dust settles on a physical mirror. Regular practices of mindfulness, reflection, and intentional living ensure that your inner mirror remains clear, allowing you to see yourself and the world as they truly are. What practices will you commit to maintaining, ensuring that your mirror continues to reflect clarity and truth? As you polish the mirror of your mind, you begin to see the world not as distorted or fragmented but as it truly is, a reflection of your inner state. Clarity brings understanding, peace, and alignment with your highest self. What tarnish can you begin to clear today, and how will this bring greater light to your reflection? The mirror awaits your touch. What will you reveal? As you stand before the polished mirror, its surface now clear and radiant, consider what has been revealed. What patterns of thought, emotion, or behavior once clouded your reflection, and how have they begun to dissolve? What clarity has emerged as you've polished away the tarnish? Imagine the mirror reflecting not just your image but the light within you, the qualities of love, wisdom, and resilience that define your true self. How might maintaining this clarity empower you to navigate life with greater alignment and authenticity? What new possibilities become visible when the distortions are cleared away? The mirror is no longer obscured. Its brilliance has been restored. Yet, this clarity is a practice, a commitment to regular care and attention. How will you continue to polish the mirror of your mind, ensuring that it remains a true reflection of your highest self? The light is shining. The reflection is clear. What will you choose to see each day? Chapter 4. The Veil of Perception. Picture a mirror in a room filled with steam, its surface clouded and hazy. The outlines of your reflection are there, but the details are obscured, blurred by the moisture clinging to the glass. No matter how intently you try to see yourself, the fog persists, distorting the image and keeping the truth just out of reach. This fogged mirror symbolizes the veil of perception, the illusions, biases, and assumptions that cloud our understanding of reality. These veils are often invisible to us, shaped by our past experiences, cultural conditioning, and unconscious beliefs. They distort not only how we see the world but also how we see ourselves, masking clarity and truth. In this chapter, we will explore how to lift the veil of perception and uncover the reality that lies beyond. How can you recognize the illusions that obscure your vision? What practices will help you clear the fog and see the world with greater clarity and depth? The mirror awaits your attention. Are you ready to wipe away the mist and reveal the truth? The fogged mirror represents a profound challenge, seeing the truth when perception is obscured by layers of illusion. These veils, shaped by beliefs, biases, and societal conditioning, act as filters, coloring our understanding of the world and ourselves. They create distortions, leading us to interpret reality not as it is, but as it appears through the fog. Perception is deeply influenced by the mind's habitual patterns. Thoughts and beliefs, often unconscious, act as the steam clouding the mirror. For example, if you hold a belief that "I'm not enough," This perspective may tint every interaction, leading you to misinterpret compliments as insincere or opportunities as unattainable. What recurring beliefs might be fogging your perception, and how have they shaped your experiences? One of the most pervasive veils is that of assumption. Assumptions are the mind's way of filling in gaps in understanding, but they often rely on incomplete or inaccurate information. For example, assuming someone's actions are motivated by malice when they may stem from fear or misunderstanding creates unnecessary conflict. To lift the veil of assumption, practice curiosity. Instead of reacting, ask yourself, what might I not be seeing? Or, what other perspectives could explain this situation? Cultural conditioning is another significant veil that shapes perception. From an early age, societal norms and expectations influence how you view success, relationships, and even your own identity. These inherited beliefs can create a framework that limits your ability to see alternatives. Lifting this veil involves questioning inherited values and asking, is this belief truly mine, or have I simply absorbed it? How might recognizing these influences allow you to redefine your truth? Emotional states also act as veils, distorting perception based on current feelings. When fear grips you, the world appears threatening. When joy fills your heart, possibilities seem endless. While emotions are natural and valuable, they are not always accurate reflections of reality. Awareness of your emotional state allows you to discern when it is coloring your view. How often do you pause to examine whether your emotions are shaping your interpretation of events? Another layer of the veil is formed by judgments, both of yourself and others. Judgments create fixed narratives that prevent you from seeing the full complexity of a situation. For example, labeling someone as difficult may close your mind to understanding their motivations or struggles. Releasing judgment requires compassion and a willingness to see beyond labels. What judgments might you soften to reveal a clearer, more nuanced view of the world? Lifting the veil of perception requires intentional practices that cultivate clarity and awareness. Mindfulness is a powerful tool in this process, helping you observe your thoughts and feelings without attaching to them. Imagine sitting before the fogged mirror, watching the mist dissolve as you focus on your breath, allowing clarity to emerge. How might regular mindfulness practice help you see beyond the veils in your life? Another practice is journaling, which creates a space for self-inquiry and reflection. Writing down your thoughts and beliefs allows you to examine them critically, uncovering patterns that may be hidden in the fog. Questions like, what assumptions am I making? Or, what beliefs am I holding on to? Can reveal the veils you may not have noticed. How might journaling help you uncover and question the illusions that shape your perception? Visualization is also a valuable tool. Picture the fogged mirror before you, the steam slowly clearing as you wipe its surface with intention. Imagine the image sharpening until it reflects the truth of what lies before you. This practice can help you focus on clarity and reinforce your commitment to seeing through illusions. What visualizations can you use to bring greater clarity to your inner and outer world? Finally, lifting the veil of perception requires patience and persistence. The fog does not clear all at once, and some veils are deeply ingrained, requiring time and effort to dissolve. Each moment of clarity brings you closer to the truth, allowing you to see yourself and the world more authentically. How can you cultivate the patience needed to navigate this process, trusting that each step brings you closer to alignment? The fogged mirror teaches us that perception is not always reality. By recognizing and questioning the veils that obscure your vision, you reclaim your ability to see the world and yourself with greater clarity and depth. What steps will you take today to begin lifting these veils, and how will this new clarity transform your understanding of your life? The mist is clearing, and the truth is emerging. Are you ready to see it fully? As you stand before the fogged mirror, picture its surface slowly clearing, the mist dissolving to reveal a sharp and vivid reflection. What truths have begun to emerge as you lift the veils of assumption, judgment, and emotional distortion? How has questioning these layers brought clarity to your inner and outer world? The mirror, once obscured, now reflects not only your image but the authentic reality of your life. With each veil removed, the world feels less like a blur of uncertainty and more like a clear, interconnected tapestry. What assumptions, beliefs, or emotions still linger as fog, and how might you continue to dissolve them to see more fully? The process of lifting the veil is ongoing, a practice of curiosity, compassion, and intentionality. How will you carry this awareness forward, ensuring that the clarity you've cultivated deepens with time? The fog is lifting, the mirror is clear. What will you choose to see as you step closer to the truth? Chapter 5. The House of Mirrors, Navigating Complexity. Imagine stepping into a vast house of mirrors, where every surface reflects a version of you. Some mirrors stretch and distort your image, others show you fragmented or upside down. Each turn presents a new reflection, making it difficult to distinguish reality from illusion. As you navigate this labyrinth, you realize the challenge lies not in the mirrors themselves, but in finding the path that leads to clarity and truth. This house of mirrors symbolizes the complexity of life, its countless perspectives, contradictory experiences, and the illusions that can mislead us. Just as the reflections in the mirrors are not the true you, the narratives and assumptions you encounter in life are not always aligned with your essence. Navigating this complexity requires grounding, discernment, and a commitment to seeking authenticity amid the distortions. In this chapter, we will explore how to find clarity and authenticity within life's complexities. How can you navigate the labyrinth of mirrors without becoming lost in its illusions? What practices will help you recognize true reflections and stay anchored in your inner truth? The maze is before you. Are you ready to find your way? Life, like the house of mirrors, often feels disorienting, presenting countless reflections that can distort and confuse. These reflections come in the form of others' opinions, societal expectations, internalized fears, and fleeting emotions, creating a labyrinth that can be both fascinating and overwhelming. To navigate this complexity, you must develop discernment, the ability to recognize what is true for you amid the distortions. The first step in finding clarity is grounding yourself in your inner truth. In the house of mirrors, your reflection shifts with every turn, but your essence remains unchanged. Similarly, in life, external circumstances may fluctuate, but your core values and authentic self remain steady. By connecting with these inner anchors, your values, purpose, and intuition, you create a compass to guide you through the maze. What practices help you stay rooted in your truth, even when the reflections around you seem contradictory? Discernment requires recognizing illusions for what they are. Many reflections in the house of mirrors are exaggerated or incomplete, just as many of the narratives you encounter in life are shaped by biases, assumptions, or external influences. For example, societal messages about success might reflect only material achievement, distorting the broader truth of fulfillment. Similarly, personal fears or insecurities can create false narratives that limit your potential. What illusions in your life might be distorting your perception, and how can you begin to question them? One way to uncover the truth is by quieting the noise. In the house of mirrors, clarity often comes when you pause, still your mind, and observe the reflections without reacting to them. In life, This might mean stepping away from distractions, creating moments of stillness, or practicing mindfulness. By reducing mental and emotional clutter, you can more clearly discern which reflections align with your essence and which do not. How might creating space for stillness help you navigate the complexity of your experiences? Another key to navigating the labyrinth is embracing multiple perspectives without losing sight of your own. In the House of Mirrors, each reflection offers a different angle, yet no single one tells the whole story. Similarly, in life, the perspectives of others can provide valuable insights, but they must be balanced with your inner truth. Consider how the input of friends, family, or colleagues influences your decisions. Are these reflections guiding you closer to your truth, or pulling you further away? Trusting your intuition is essential in discerning true reflections from false ones. Intuition, like a steady light in the labyrinth, helps you recognize paths that feel authentic and aligned. While logic and analysis have their place, intuition often provides a deeper, more immediate understanding. Tuning into this inner guidance requires practice and trust. When faced with a decision, how can you quiet external noise and listen to the voice within? Life's complexity is not inherently negative. It is a rich tapestry of experiences that offers endless opportunities for growth and discovery. The House of Mirrors teaches you to approach complexity with curiosity rather than fear. Each reflection, even the distorted ones, holds a lesson or insight that can deepen your understanding of yourself and the world. What challenges or contradictions in your life might contain hidden wisdom, waiting to be uncovered? Meditative practices can help you center yourself within the labyrinth. Visualization, for example, allows you to imagine yourself navigating the House of Mirrors with confidence and ease, identifying the reflections that resonate with your truth and letting go of those that do not. How might visualizing clarity and alignment help you navigate the complexities of your life? Journaling is another powerful tool for making sense of the labyrinth. Writing down your thoughts and experiences allows you to examine the reflections you encounter and identify patterns or themes. Over time, this practice can reveal which mirrors consistently reflect your truth and which distortions you can release. What insights might emerge if you began journaling about the reflections that shape your perceptions? Finally, navigating complexity requires patience and self-compassion. The House of Mirrors is not a puzzle to be solved quickly but an ongoing journey of exploration and understanding. Each turn, each reflection, brings you closer to clarity, even if the path feels uncertain at times. How can you cultivate patience with yourself as you navigate life's labyrinth, trusting that each step is leading you toward greater truth? The House of Mirrors teaches us that clarity is not about avoiding complexity but about finding authenticity within it. By grounding yourself in your inner truth, questioning illusions, and embracing multiple perspectives, you can navigate the labyrinth with grace and confidence. What reflections in your life are calling for your attention, and how will you use discernment to find your way? The maze is vast, but your light is steady. Are you ready to trust it? As you step back from the House of Mirrors, consider the reflections that have shaped your journey. Which mirrors revealed truths about yourself, and which distorted your vision, leading you astray? How has navigating the labyrinth deepened your understanding of what is authentic and aligned with your essence? Picture yourself standing in the center of the maze, grounded and clear. The reflections around you no longer confuse or overwhelm. They serve as tools for discernment, helping you see beyond illusion to the truth within. What anchors will you carry forward to stay connected to your inner guidance when life feels complex or contradictory? The House of Mirrors is a reminder that clarity arises not from avoiding complexity but from navigating it with intention and trust. How will you continue to honor the lessons of the labyrinth, allowing each reflection to guide you closer to your truth. The mirrors are still. The path is visible. How will you walk it with confidence and grace? If this audiobook is sparking new insights for you, show some love by hitting like and subscribing. Let me know in the comments what resonates with you the most so far. I'd love to hear your thoughts as we go deeper. Chapter 6. The Distorted Mirror, Breaking Free of Fear. Imagine stepping in front of a carnival mirror. Instead of reflecting your true form, it distorts your image, stretching you taller, squashing you shorter, twisting your features into unrecognizable shapes. The reflection feels unsettling, a warped version of reality that replaces clarity with confusion. This mirror is fear, a force that distorts how you see yourself, others, and the world around you. Fear, like the carnival mirror, exaggerates certain aspects of your experience while shrinking others. It clouds your perception, making challenges appear insurmountable and risks seem more dangerous than they truly are. But fear is not the enemy. It is a shadow that distorts your view, shrinking when exposed to the light of courage and awareness. In this chapter, we will explore how fear distorts your inner mirror and how to reclaim clarity and alignment by confronting it. What fears are twisting your reflection, and how might you shine the light of truth to dissolve their hold? The carnival mirror is before you. Are you ready to step closer and see beyond its distortion? Fear is a powerful force, often rooted in survival, that distorts perception much like a carnival mirror. It magnifies risks, shrinks possibilities, and twists reality until challenges appear larger and options narrower than they truly are. Yet fear itself is not inherently harmful. It becomes destructive only when it goes unexamined, shaping your thoughts and decisions without your conscious awareness. Recognizing and confronting these distortions is the first step toward reclaiming clarity and freedom. The distortions of fear often begin with false narratives. These are the stories you tell yourself about what might happen or who you are, shaped by past experiences or inherited beliefs. For example, a fear of failure might whisper, "You're not capable," while a fear of rejection may suggest, "You're not enough." These narratives create exaggerated reflections that feel real, even when they are based on illusion. What stories of fear have taken root in your life, and how have they distorted your view of yourself or your possibilities? Fear also creates patterns of avoidance. Much like turning away from a distorted carnival mirror, avoidance allows fear to persist by keeping it hidden. You might avoid taking risks, having difficult conversations, or pursuing meaningful goals because fear has magnified the potential for pain or failure. Yet avoidance only strengthens fear's hold, reinforcing the illusion that the distortion is reality. What situations or opportunities have you avoided due to fear, and how might facing them reveal a truer reflection? One way to confront fear is to shine the light of awareness on it. Fear thrives in the shadows, where its distortions remain unchecked. By naming and examining your fears, you begin to expose their exaggerated forms. Journaling can help in this process, creating a space to ask questions like, "What am I afraid of?" and "What is the worst that could happen?" Often, the act of articulating your fear reveals its disproportionate nature, reducing its power. How might naming your fears bring them out of the shadows and into the light? Visualization is another tool for breaking free from fear's distortions. Imagine the carnival mirror before you, reflecting a twisted, exaggerated image. Now picture yourself stepping closer, examining the mirror until you see its flaws. With each step, the reflection begins to correct itself, returning to a truer form. This practice reinforces your ability to see beyond fear's distortions, trusting in your inner clarity. What fears could you visualize confronting, and how might this shift their grip on your perception? Understanding the root of your fear is also key to dissolving its distortions. Fear often arises from past experiences or unhealed wounds, creating patterns that feel automatic. For instance, a childhood experience of being judged might lead to a deep-seated fear of criticism. By exploring these roots, whether through reflection, therapy, or conversation, you can begin to untangle the fear from its source. What memories or beliefs might lie at the heart of your fears, and how can understanding them help you move forward? Courage is the antidote to fear's distortions. Courage does not mean the absence of fear but the willingness to act despite it. Each small act of courage, whether speaking your truth, trying something new, or stepping into vulnerability, chips away at the carnival mirror's distortions, revealing a clearer reflection. What small, courageous action could you take today to confront a fear and reclaim your clarity? Fear also distorts how you view others, creating projections that cloud relationships. For example, fear of abandonment might lead you to misinterpret a loved one's actions as rejection, while fear of vulnerability could cause you to see openness as a threat. Recognizing these projections allows you to separate your fears from reality, fostering greater understanding and connection. How might fear be shaping your perceptions of others, and what steps can you take to see them more clearly? Affirmations can help reframe fear-based thoughts, replacing distortions with empowering truths. Instead of, "I can't handle this," affirm, "I am capable and resilient." Instead of, "I will fail," affirm, "Every step I take brings me closer to growth." These affirmations act as tools for polishing the mirror of your mind, clearing away fear's distortions. What affirmations could you adopt to counter the fears that cloud your perception? Finally, breaking free from fear's distortions is an ongoing process. The carnival mirror may reappear in different forms, reflecting new fears or challenges as you grow. Each encounter offers an opportunity to practice courage, awareness, and alignment, gradually transforming fear from an obstacle into a teacher. How can you honor this process, trusting that each step brings you closer to clarity and freedom? Fear's distortions are not permanent. They are shadows that shrink in the light of truth. By naming your fears, examining their roots, and acting with courage, you reclaim the ability to see yourself and the world as they truly are. What steps will you take to confront the carnival mirrors in your life, and how will this clarity empower you to move forward? The distortions are fading, and the true reflection is emerging. Are you ready to see it fully? As you stand before the carnival mirror, its exaggerated reflection fading, take a moment to notice what has changed. What fears have begun to shrink in the light of awareness, and how has this shifted your perception of yourself and the world? What truths have emerged as the distortions dissolve? Picture the mirror transforming, its warped surface straightening until it reflects you as you are, whole, capable, and resilient. How might embracing this clear reflection allow you to move through life with greater confidence and freedom? What courageous steps can you take to continue dismantling fear's illusions? The carnival mirror reminds us that fear is not a fixed reality but a distortion that can be overcome. How will you honor the courage and clarity you've cultivated, ensuring that fear no longer dictates your path? The mirror is steady. The reflection is clear. How will you carry this clarity into the next steps of your journey? Chapter 7. Reflecting the Higher Self. Imagine a mirror that does not reflect your physical form but radiates light, illuminating your essence rather than your appearance. This mirror reveals the vast potential of your soul, showing you not just who you are, but who you are capable of becoming. It is not a reflection of limitation but of infinite possibility, a beacon guiding you toward your highest self. This radiant mirror symbolizes the connection to your higher self, the part of you that is aligned with universal wisdom, compassion, and purpose. Unlike the distorted reflections of fear or the veils of illusion, this mirror reflects pure truth. It invites you to step beyond the confines of ego and align with the light within you. In this chapter, we will explore how to access and embody the higher self. What practices will help you connect with this radiant reflection, and how can you integrate its wisdom into your daily life? The mirror is glowing before you. Are you ready to see the light of your infinite potential? The higher self is the radiant essence within you, the part of your being that transcends fear, ego, and limitation. It is your inner compass, aligned with universal truth and purpose. To connect with the higher self is to see yourself not as fragmented or bound by circumstance, but as a luminous whole, full of infinite possibility. This journey requires trust, intention, and practices that attune you to the clarity and wisdom of your soul. The first step in connecting with the higher self is recognizing its presence. Unlike the ego, which often speaks loudly through desires, fears, and judgments, the higher self communicates softly, through intuition, inspiration, and a deep sense of knowing. It is the calm voice that arises when you feel aligned, the whisper that urges you toward growth and authenticity. How often do you pause to listen to this inner guidance, and what messages have you received? Quieting the noise of the ego is essential to accessing the higher self. The ego thrives on external validation, competition, and fear of scarcity, creating a veil that obscures the light of your higher self. Practices such as mindfulness and meditation help quiet this chatter, creating space for the clarity of your inner wisdom to emerge. Imagine sitting before the radiant mirror, watching the distortions of ego fade as you focus on your breath. How might this stillness help you connect with your higher self? Visualization is a powerful tool for aligning with the higher self. Picture the radiant mirror before you, glowing with light. As you gaze into it, see not your current self but the highest version of who you are, wise, compassionate, and purposeful. Observe how this version of you stands, speaks, and acts. What qualities shine most brightly, and how can you begin to embody them in your daily life? The higher self often communicates through intuition, the immediate sense of knowing that arises without conscious reasoning. Unlike the ego, which overanalyzes and doubts, intuition is clear and direct, offering guidance that feels aligned with your truth. Strengthening your connection to intuition involves trusting your instincts and acting on them, even when they defy logic or external expectations. When was the last time you trusted your intuition, and how did it guide you toward alignment? Aligning with the higher self also means living in integrity with your values and purpose. The higher self does not seek external approval but acts in accordance with what is deeply true and meaningful. This alignment creates a sense of harmony and flow, where your actions, thoughts, and emotions resonate with your authentic self. What values feel most central to your higher self, and how can you live more fully in alignment with them? Journaling can help you deepen your connection to the higher self by creating a space for reflection and dialogue. Writing questions such as, "What does my higher self want me to know today?" or "How can I act in alignment with my highest purpose?" can invite insights and clarity. Over time, these practices reveal patterns and guidance that strengthen your relationship with this radiant aspect of yourself. How might journaling open the door to deeper communication with your higher self? Another pathway to the higher self is through acts of creativity and service. When you create, whether through art, writing, or problem solving, you channel the limitless potential of your soul into tangible form. Similarly, When you serve others with compassion and authenticity, you reflect the universal wisdom of your higher self. What creative or service-oriented practices help you feel most connected to this luminous part of yourself? Connecting with the higher self also requires patience and self-compassion. The process is not about achieving perfection but about recognizing and realigning when you drift away from your truth. Each moment of awareness, each step toward alignment, strengthens your connection. How can you honor this ongoing journey, trusting that every effort brings you closer to the radiance within? Ultimately, the higher self is not separate from you. It is the truest reflection of who you are. By quieting the ego, listening to intuition, and aligning with your values, you allow this radiant essence to shine more brightly in your life. What steps can you take today to attune to your higher self, and how might this alignment transform your experience of the world? The radiant mirror reflects your infinite potential, inviting you to embody the light of your higher self. As you gaze into this reflection, what qualities do you see, and how will you bring them into being? The light is glowing, the path is clear. Are you ready to step into alignment with your highest self? As you stand before the radiant mirror, take a moment to absorb its light. What qualities of your higher self have come into focus? How has this luminous reflection shifted your understanding of who you are and who you are becoming? Picture the mirror not as something external but as an intrinsic part of you, reflecting the wisdom, compassion, and infinite potential that already reside within. How can you carry this reflection into your daily life, allowing it to guide your thoughts, decisions, and actions? What small steps can you take to embody the qualities of your higher self more fully? The radiant mirror reminds you that the light you seek is already yours to claim. How will you continue to nurture this connection, ensuring that your higher self remains a source of clarity and alignment in all that you do? The light is steady, the reflection is true. How will you honor it as you move forward on your journey? Chapter 8. Co-creating with the universe. Imagine a beam of pure white light passing through a crystal prism. As it moves through, the light is transformed, splitting into a vibrant spectrum of colors. Each hue, though distinct, remains part of the same unified light, creating a harmony that is both beautiful and interconnected. This prism symbolizes the co-creative process, where your intentions, actions, and alignment transform universal energy into tangible experiences. Co-creation is the dance between the individual and the universe, a partnership where intention meets possibility. Like the prism shaping light into color, you shape the energy of the universe through your thoughts, emotions, and actions, giving form to your desires and purpose. This process requires clarity, trust, and a willingness to align with the flow of life. In this chapter, we will explore how to co-create with the universe, transforming potential into reality. How can you harness the energy of intention and align it with universal flow? What practices will help you trust the process, allowing your unique spectrum of possibilities to emerge? The prism is before you. Are you ready to direct the light and create the reality you envision? Co-creation is the dynamic interplay between your personal will and the vast energy of the universe. It is not about controlling outcomes or passively waiting for life to unfold, but about aligning your intentions with universal flow to shape experiences consciously. Like the prism splitting light into a spectrum, co-creation is both an art and a science, requiring clarity, trust, and an understanding of how to work in harmony with the forces around you. The process begins with setting clear intentions. Intention is the beam of light that directs universal energy toward your desires. Without clarity, your energy scatters, much like unfocused light that fails to illuminate a specific path. A clear intention acts as a guiding force, giving form and direction to your thoughts and actions. What is it that you truly want to create in your life, and how clearly have you articulated this desire to yourself and the universe? Intentions are most powerful when they are aligned with your values and higher purpose. The universe responds not just to what you want but to the energy you emit. When your desires resonate with authenticity and alignment, they amplify your ability to co-create. For example, seeking financial abundance to contribute to a meaningful cause holds a higher vibrational alignment than seeking wealth out of fear of lack. What intentions feel most aligned with your highest self, and how might they shape the reality you want to manifest? Visualization is a powerful tool for focusing your intentions. Imagine your desired outcome as vividly as possible, seeing it, feeling it, and experiencing the joy it brings as if it has already happened. This practice attunes your energy to the frequency of your desire, strengthening your connection with the universal flow. What would it look and feel like to live in the reality you wish to create, and how can you hold this vision in your mind with clarity and trust? Co-creation also requires action. While intention sets the direction, it is through deliberate steps that you channel universal energy into form. Action demonstrates your commitment to the process, signaling to the universe that you are an active participant in bringing your desires to life. Even small, consistent actions create momentum, much like droplets that eventually fill a vessel. What steps can you take today to move closer to your vision, no matter how small they may seem? Trust is the cornerstone of co-creation. Once you have set your intentions and taken aligned action, you must release the need to control the outcome. The universe operates in its own timing and wisdom, often delivering results in ways that are unexpected but ultimately perfect. Trusting this process requires surrendering fear and impatience, allowing the universe to weave its magic. How might releasing control open you to possibilities beyond what you can currently imagine? Challenges and setbacks are part of the co-creative process, not signs of failure. They often serve as opportunities for growth, redirecting you toward an even more aligned path. Like light that bends when it hits the prism, your journey may shift in unexpected ways, revealing colors you had not anticipated. How can you view obstacles as part of the dance, trusting that they are guiding you closer to your ultimate vision? Gratitude amplifies the energy of co-creation. By appreciating what you already have, you align yourself with abundance, creating a fertile ground for new blessings to flow into your life. Gratitude is not just a practice of acknowledgement but a magnetic force that draws more of what you appreciate into your reality. What are you grateful for today, and how can you let this gratitude infuse your intentions with even greater power? Collaboration with others can also enhance the co-creative process. Just as the prism refracts light into multiple hues, co-creation often involves the synergy of shared energy and collective intention. By aligning with people who share your vision or complement your strengths, you amplify the impact of your efforts. Who in your life might be valuable partners in your journey of co-creation, and how can you strengthen those connections? Finally, co-creation is an ongoing dance that evolves as you grow. Each intention you set, each action you take, creates ripples that influence your reality and open new possibilities. The key is to remain flexible and responsive, adapting to the flow of life while staying anchored in your vision. How can you honor this dynamic process, trusting that the universe is always working with you to bring your desires to fruition? The prism of co-creation invites you to direct the light of your intentions and transform it into the vibrant spectrum of your reality. By aligning with your highest self, taking inspired action, and trusting the process, you participate in a dance that is both creative and divine. What light will you choose to direct through the prism, and how will its colors shape the life you create? The beam is ready. The prism is waiting. Are you prepared to co-create with the universe? As you stand before the prism, watching the light split into a radiant spectrum, take a moment to reflect on the colors emerging. What intentions have you set, and how are they beginning to shape your reality? What actions have you taken to direct the light, and how has the universe responded to your efforts? Imagine yourself as both the source of the light and the prism, directing and transforming universal energy into vibrant possibilities. Each hue represents a part of your co-creative journey, moments of clarity, steps of courage, and the trust you've placed in the process. How might you continue to focus your light, ensuring that each color reflects your highest intentions? The prism reminds you that co-creation is an ongoing dance, one of alignment, action, and trust. How will you honor this process, allowing the spectrum of your desires to unfold in harmony with the universe's flow? The colors are bright, the possibilities endless. How will you embrace the beauty of your co-creative power? As we near the conclusion, if you've been enjoying the audiobook, make sure to hit like and subscribe. Drop a comment below and share your biggest takeaway. Chapter 9. Living as the Cosmic Mirror. Imagine a mirror so vast that it reflects both the stars above and the earth below. It captures the infinite expanse of the cosmos and the grounded beauty of the natural world, merging them into a single, harmonious reflection. This mirror symbolizes the unity between the individual and the universe, a reminder that you are both a reflection of the cosmos and a part of its creative force. Living as the cosmic mirror means embodying this unity, reflecting the light and wisdom of the universe while grounding it in your daily life. It is a practice of authenticity, alignment, and service, where your actions reflect your higher self and inspire others to see their own light. In this chapter, we will explore how to live as the cosmic mirror, embracing the duality of being both a unique individual and a reflection of the infinite. How can you embody the wisdom of the stars while remaining rooted in your earthly existence? What practices will help you share this light with the world, becoming a mirror that reflects and amplifies the truth of all? The mirror is vast, the reflection infinite. Are you ready to live in its radiance? To live as the cosmic mirror is to embody the duality of existence, the infinite vastness of the universe and the intimate reality of your daily life. You are not separate from the cosmos but a reflection of its light, a co-creator of its beauty. By aligning your inner truth with your external actions, you become a mirror that reflects this unity, inspiring others to do the same. The first step in embodying the cosmic mirror is recognizing your role as both observer and participant in the universe. Much like a mirror reflects without distortion when its surface is clear, your life becomes a true reflection of the cosmos when your thoughts, emotions, and actions are aligned. This requires self-awareness and a commitment to authenticity. What aspects of your life feel aligned with your inner truth, and what areas might need recalibration? Authenticity is the cornerstone of living as the cosmic mirror. It means expressing your unique essence while remaining connected to the universal flow. This balance allows you to honor your individuality without losing sight of your interconnectedness. Authenticity requires courage to speak your truth, follow your passions, and live in alignment with your values. How might you deepen your authenticity, ensuring that your actions reflect the light of your higher self? Service is another key aspect of the cosmic mirror. Just as the mirror reflects light to illuminate its surroundings, your actions have the power to uplift and inspire others. Acts of kindness, compassion, and generosity create ripples that expand far beyond your immediate circle. When you live in alignment, your light naturally encourages others to connect with their own. What opportunities do you have to serve others in a way that reflects your highest values? Mindfulness helps you remain present, ensuring that the mirror of your mind remains clear and focused. Distractions, judgments, and fears can cloud your reflection, distorting your ability to embody your cosmic connection. Practices like meditation, deep breathing, and intentional pauses throughout your day help maintain clarity. How might incorporating moments of stillness into your routine enhance your ability to live as a cosmic mirror? The cosmic mirror also reflects the duality of light and shadow within yourself. Embracing this duality means acknowledging your imperfections without judgment and integrating all aspects of your being. Shadows are not to be hidden but to be illuminated, as they hold valuable lessons and opportunities for growth. By accepting and learning from your shadows, you create a fuller, more authentic reflection. What shadows within you might need illumination, and how can embracing them bring greater wholeness? Living as the cosmic mirror requires ongoing alignment with your higher self and the universal flow. This alignment is not static but a dynamic process, one that evolves as you grow and learn. Regular reflection, through journaling, meditation, or dialogue with trusted guides, helps you stay connected to this alignment. How can you create practices that keep your inner and outer worlds in harmony? The cosmic mirror invites you to see your life as a reflection of the infinite. Every decision, interaction, and experience offers an opportunity to embody the wisdom and beauty of the universe. By approaching life with intention and reverence, you transform the mundane into the sacred, reflecting the stars in your everyday existence. How might shifting your perspective to see the sacred in the ordinary deepen your connection to the cosmos? Sharing your light does not require grand gestures. Even small acts of authenticity and kindness ripple outward in powerful ways. Whether through a kind word, a creative endeavor, or simply being present with another, your light inspires others to shine. What small, meaningful ways can you begin reflecting the light of the cosmos in your relationships, work, or community? Finally, living as the cosmic mirror is an act of faith. Faith in your connection to the universe, in the guidance of your higher self, and in the power of your light to make a difference. This faith sustains you through challenges, reminding you that the mirror reflects not only the light of the stars but the resilience of the earth. What faith can you cultivate in your journey, trusting that each step aligns you more deeply with the infinite? To embody the cosmic mirror is to live as both a reflection and a source of light, grounded in your humanity and connected to the universe. How will you honor this duality, letting your life reflect the truth and beauty of the cosmos? The stars and the earth await your reflection. What will you choose to mirror in the world? The mirror is vast, the possibilities infinite. How will you shine? As you stand before the vast mirror that reflects both stars and earth, take a moment to see yourself within it. What qualities of the cosmos, its infinite wisdom, creativity, and light, do you already embody? How has your journey prepared you to reflect these truths more fully in your daily life? Picture the mirror not just as an external symbol but as a living part of you, shining with the clarity of your higher self and the grounding of your human experience. How will you carry this reflection into the world, allowing it to guide your actions and inspire others? What small steps can you take to reflect the beauty of the cosmos in the moments of your everyday life? The mirror of the cosmos is not separate from you, it is you. By embracing this unity, you become a source of light and alignment, sharing the wisdom of the stars and the resilience of the earth. The reflection is clear, the connection infinite. How will you honor and embody this cosmic truth as you move forward? Conclusion: the infinite reflection. Imagine a hall of infinite mirrors, each reflecting the other in an endless dance of light and shadow. These mirrors stretch into eternity, capturing every angle, every possibility, every truth. They remind us that the journey of self-discovery and alignment with the universe is not a linear path but an ongoing, ever-expanding process. This book has been a journey through the mirrors of your existence, the reflections of the universe within and around you. From the clarity of self-awareness to the distortions of fear, from the veils of perception to the brilliance of your higher self, each chapter has illuminated a different facet of your connection to the cosmos. Together, they form a mosaic that reveals the profound truth: you are both the mirror and the light it reflects. Living as the cosmic mirror means embracing your duality as both human and infinite. It is a practice of alignment, authenticity, and trust, one that evolves as you grow and deepen your understanding of yourself and your place in the universe. It is not about achieving perfection but about embodying your truth, reflecting the light of the cosmos in your unique way. As you close this book, consider what truths have emerged for you. What mirrors have revealed the light within you, and how will you continue to polish, align, and share this reflection with the world? How can you honor the infinite reflection of the universe in your daily life, trusting that each step you take brings you closer to your highest self? The mirrors remain, infinite and luminous, waiting to guide you whenever you choose to gaze into their depths. The journey continues. The reflection grows clearer, the light brighter. What will you choose to see, and how will you let it guide your life? The hall of mirrors stretches on. Step into it, and let the infinite guide your way.